Before you click buy on that S30 Pro, stop. You are walking into a trap. ZWO just nuked their entire budget lineup. The S50, gone. The S30, done. In one move, the market leader deleted the entry-level tier of astrophotography. This isn't just about supply chains. This is a cold, calculated, upmarket repositioning. And if you're looking at these scopes, you need to understand the brutal reality nobody is saying out loud. Smart telescopes are meant to be your entry into the hobby, not your endpoint. But here's the cycle. You buy the hot new model. 6 months later, it feels obsolete, and you're back at their store, wallet open, chasing the next release. The void for entry-level telescopes that Seestar left behind has been quickly filled by competitors like Dwarf, but that's merely a superficial observation. The real story is ZWO's strategic shift to redefine the market. ZWO's app has always been the iOS of the SmartScope world, polished, intuitive, and incredibly reliable. The problem was that the hardware never quite matched the software. The S30 Pro changes that. We're talking about a dual sensor system. That's two completely different imaging characteristics crammed into one body. Every serious review and side-by-side comparison confirms the same thing. The S30 Pro isn't just a step up from the S30. It's an entirely different class of instrument, and it's built for where ZWO is actually taking this platform. We're looking at onboard AI processing, 8K mosaic stitching, global remote control through the telescope network, and ASCOM Alpaca support for serious third-party software like Nina straight out of the box. The old S30 couldn't run any of that. It was never going to. But here's where it gets critical. An S50 Pro is coming. An S70 and an S80 are in the pipeline. ZWO's CEO has been very open about what this means. Longer wait times and higher prices as the whole lineup moves up market. We are already seeing the pattern play out. The S30 Pro launched into an immediate backlog. Hype drove demand way before the supply was ready, leaving people stuck in a pre-order queue. When the S50 Pro lands, expect the exact same reality. You're buying into a platform that moves fast and leaves previous hardware behind. The S50 became legacy practically overnight. The S30 is heading down the same path. Right now, the S30 Pro sits at the top of the hill, but make no mistake, the clock is already ticking. Which brings us to the real question. Is this the last time you want to be on this upgrade treadmill? The people who get the most out of these smart scopes aren't the ones chasing new gadgets. They're the ones mastering what they already have. They push their hardware beyond the box, truly learning the night sky. Because these systems are locked, your innovation must happen in the process. That way, when the company eventually drops support, you won't be left stranded. You'll be ready to graduate into the real astrophotography. The market is already shifting to meet you halfway. We're seeing a new wave of mini mounts and smart cameras creating a parallel ecosystem around this sealed format. The gap between a beginner smart setup and a serious modular rig is closing fast, and ZWO's rising prices are only accelerating that transition. So where does that leave you? You've got 4 ways to play. First, the patient power user. If you want the absolute best, just wait. In this hobby, aperture is king, and once ZWO locks their pro-level software features behind that larger glass, the S30 Pro is going to feel pretty handicapped. Don't settle for the current tier, keep your cash in your pocket, and wait for the hardware that can actually run the software that matters. Second, there's the Pragmatist. You want to get out there and start imaging now. And you aren't looking to break the bank. The S30 Pro is your move. You'll be out under the stars while everyone else is still waiting for the flagship launch queue to clear. Third, the budget-conscious learner. If you're looking to stay around that original $500 mark, look at the Dwarf ecosystem. ZWO stepped away from this price point, but Dwarf offers a gear. That actually teaches you how to run a telescope. You get more manual control, which means you're actually learning the sky rather than just watching an app do it for you. By the time you outgrow a Dwarf, you'll be thinking like an astrophotographer. Fourth, the serious observer. If you find yourself eyeing the high-end smart stuff like S70, don't bother. Just build a modular rig. It's more practical, it'll save you money in the long run, and you aren't shackled to a closed system. This is where the real hobby actually begins. And if you're already sitting on an S50 or S30, honestly, don't do a thing. These are still incredibly capable tools. The sky hasn't changed, and your images haven't gotten worse overnight. Keep shooting, watch where the market goes, and make your next move because you want to, not because you're afraid of missing out. Look, the industry will always try to sell you on the next game changer. Remember, they're selling gadgets, but at EDISLA, we believe in building a craft. Whether you're pushing your current gear to its breaking point, building toward a modular rig, or finally ready to go all in on professional equipment, make that move because you've hit a ceiling in your skill, not because a marketing email told you your gear was outdated. The sky hasn't changed. The only thing that changes is your willingness to learn. Pick your path, stay focused, and when you're ready to graduate to that next level, EDISLA will be here to help you build it right. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear which path you're taking. Clear skies.